Okay, people, I'm back. Tales from the Pen. Just a real talk edition today. If you're new to my channel, please go down and hit subscribe. Hit the bell next to the subscribe and click the all button. So every time I do a video, you will get notified. Because YouTube's been playing a lot of games with that. A lot of people haven't been getting the notifications. They don't know when I'm putting up videos. So please, click the all next to the subscribe. The bell, the all, boom, subscribe. For those who are new to the channel, my name is Fred. And I'm from Queens, New York. And what I do on this channel is talk a little bit about my life. About my experiences. About the things I've seen in my almost 16 years in the penitentiary. From Rikers Island to 9 upstate prisons. And what I do on my channel is, again, I talk about my experiences. I do it to deter. I do it to deter the youth. I do it for the kids. You guys know my motto, Fred, do it for the kids. So today we're just going to talk a little bit vibe. Maybe nothing specific in topics, but, I want to give a special shout out to the Dog in the Yard podcast. Pistol Pete, Bronx, Boxing Dice, Bronx Legends. I did the Dog in the Yard podcast yesterday. I was around the set all day. They had so much going on. The one thing that did teach me was the grind. Them dudes grind. Like from the morning to the wee hours of the night. Like they taping, they getting stuff done, they filming scenes and clips and promos, and your boy's part of all of that. So again, shout out to the Dog in the Yard podcast. You guys are gonna see me up there soon. It was good vibe. I went out there yesterday, and we filmed at an old abandoned jail. And I actually put on jumpsuits and got in the cell, and we reenacted scenes and things like that. Like, it was crazy, and it was weird, to tell you the truth, going in themselves and closing the door, and acting out parts. And we were screaming on the gate, talking back and forth. The gate is the front of the cells. And to be honest with you, it was like, it was weird. But it was like, it was just like weird talking out the gate, because I'm not going to say like I was used to it, but I was vowed I would never go back in the cell. But when I closed the gate, it was just like, deja vu? Is that the word I'm looking for? That's the words? It's like deja vu. And, I'm going to be honest, I couldn't wait to get done with the scenes. We do, for the promos and stuff. Because I wanted to get out them, I wanted to get out and take that jumpsuit off. To be honest with you, it was like I couldn't breathe. That's a true story. It was just weird. That's all. It was just a weird feeling. But it was good to know that I could open up that gate and take that shit off myself. You see what I'm saying? So, But yeah, man, I'm going to be on, I don't know what episode it is or when I'm going to be on, or I just know we filmed, and they did a lot of filming for the season, because they do seasons. And so I'm not sure, what episode or where I'm going to be, but your boy's going to be on the Dog in the Yard podcast. So again, salute to them. And we're going to be doing more things in the future. Like, this is just not the beginning. I'm going to be up there doing a few things with Pistol and Dice. So I can't really reveal too much, but that's what's going on right now. So I know I haven't put up a video in a while. Things just... Sometimes I'm going to be honest with you guys. Sometimes I just don't feel like it. You know what I mean? And I feel like sometimes if I don't feel like it, it's not going to come out right, or it's not going to be right, or I just don't feel like it. I know you guys can relate. It's just sometimes, I have my ups and I have my downs like normal people. Some days I feel like coming out on my porch and putting the cell phone on and, just doing what we're doing now. And then some days I just don't feel like it. I have 3 kids, and, they take a lot of energy. Anybody that have kids, they understand. Tales from the Pen Cup. Go to talesfromthepen.com. Click the merch tab. You can get your own cup. I don't know how much these are on the site. $10, $12, I don't know. But talesfromthepen.com, people, go check that out. So a few people, ask me different questions, and and I always like to try to answer some of them and things like that. And so a lot of people were asking me, and this is always a big thing in DMs and things like that, about the racial, about who I got along with. I got along with everybody. And a lot of people ask me about, how about the white guys? Because they see a lot in my pictures, like on Instagram, Pale Rider, PALERYDER 11367. They see that on Instagram, and they see a lot of my pictures. I'm with many different races, because that's just how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is here in New York. I know other states is different. That's how I grew up. You know what I mean? My whole little crew, even in the streets, they used to call us the UN, other crews and shit, because we had some of everything. So I don't know what it means to have, racist mindset, or I don't know what that is. I just fit in everywhere, and the white guys, a lot of the white guys, because a lot of people ask me, did the white guys like me? A lot of them didn't. Let's just keep it what it is. On Rikers Island, there's hardly any, that's really, notable or repping in any type of fashion, right? You know what I mean? That's no disrespect, but I'm just saying, that's just the way it is. Anybody been on the island know, like your friend, he's right. You know what I mean? Of course, there's always them token few, you know what I mean? I fell somewhere along in those lines, you know what I mean? But upstate is different. Upstate prison has a lot of white inmates, you know what I mean? A lot of maybe the bald head biker, tattoo dudes, nobody's messing with them or nothing like that. It's just, I just never fit in that. You know what I mean? We never listened to the same thing. We didn't, I didn't chew tobacco. I didn't, it was just certain things they did. It just wasn't me. You know what I mean? But the reality is, here's the reality. There's a lot of white boys who owe me. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of white boys who was under my wing. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like not even bigging myself up, not even trying to pat myself on the back. But I saved a lot of white boys. You know what I mean? That's a fact. 1,000%. Or something happened, and who they come to? They come to Fred. You know what I mean? We could be in a medium, and there could be a few white guys watching TV, and someone come in and just change it on them. You know what I mean? They don't say nothing. They come up and they come to me, Fred, this dude you change the channel. I go in, yo, man. You know what I mean? Why you violating, man? Why you being disrespectful or something? Like I be the one to speak up all the time sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes I find myself in bullshit that ain't really got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? Or there's a lot of white boys that was getting pushed up on. You know what I'm saying? They, set out their commissary up north. You know what I mean? They would have to be paying dues or doing something like that. You know what I'm saying? If you was cool with me like that, none of that shit's happening, man. And that's not on no gangster shit. I've never come on here portraying gangster shit like Fred was a gangster. Fred, I never said that. And, I never, but you ain't just gonna violate, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't just gonna violate, somebody I like. That's not, you know what I mean? I'm not, you think what you want, but that's the way it was, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of you white guys, you know who you are, because after you left, I never heard from anybody ever again. But a lot of you white guys know who you are. I saved a lot of people, you know what I mean? I remember this one kid, he was from Albany, Shane, and he, apparently he was getting weed when he was in a medium security, and the dude broke his jaw when he was in the medium. And so when we was all in Clinton, dudes was like, yo, that kid, he get the bag, he get the weed. You know what I'm saying? When you say he get the bag, mean he getting that weed. It ain't the bag in there, it's not, I'm getting to the bag, it's money out here in the streets. When you saying you getting the bag in jail, I mean you getting some type of drugs or shit, you know what I'm saying? So dudes was pushed up on him to try to get him to, he got caught for that. So he was like, he's not doing that no more. But the dudes actually pushed up on him and was trying to get him, yo, man, to get weed back in the jail. Some Dominicans, you know what I'm saying? My man E, and he was my neighbor. E was my neighbor. And the kid Shane, he was cool. I was with him in the box. When we was in the box together, you know, he was alright. You know, he came to Clinton. You know what I'm saying? See, you know, hung out with him a few times. He was a cool white kid from Albany or whatever. So then he came to me, Fred, man, they trying to make me get these drugs. You know what I mean? I went right to E. Yo, E. That's my son right there, man. Don't let, you know what I mean? You know, and you know, done. You know, that's what it was. But, you know, I learned sticking my neck out sometimes for people who really don't appreciate it. I learned that over time, though. That's through experience. You know what I mean? You know, and that kid, like that kid, for instance, he went home. I never heard from him again. You know what I mean? I was in there for years after. I never heard from him again. So, you know, that's just the way it goes in there, man. You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to watch who you sticking your fucking neck out for, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to watch who you vibing with. You know what I mean? You may get cool with a dude and not really know that he, you know, he told on 12 people in the last jail. You see what I'm saying? And now word get back, and now all of a sudden, you know, he hanging with you. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to watch the company you keep. You got to keep your circle tight, man. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people ask me about prison friendships too, man. Listen, man, let me tell you something. You know, I got friends I grew up with tight, like brothers. You know what I mean? I have like 3 or 4 that are still tight with me. You know, they're my brothers to this day. You know what I'm saying? You know, obviously my brother Mike, my boy, you know, my little brother Gary, Frank, you know, Will. I got a couple dudes that I'm cool with for forever. But a couple of the relationships that I do have that are real solid and fit are dudes that I met in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Because when you find certain dudes and you really get cool and you guys hang out together, you guys work out together, you guys eat together, you guys, you know, you guys become family. Dudes in jail become family. That's a fact. And some of the dudes that, you know, like I said, some of the dudes that I'm cool with, some of the dudes that, you know, that I consider my brothers are dudes that we're all home. You know what I mean? And we have a great rapport. That's how we all consider ourselves brothers in the struggle. You know what I mean? Because we all came from that same struggle. Yeah, we just gonna not mind that my divider just fell. We're just gonna skip that, okay? You know, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, man, your brother's in there because, you know, like for instance, you're in a house, right? You're in a medium, say you're in a medium security jail. And you're in the yard, you get into a fight with somebody. Boom, 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 boom. Police come, they taking you straight to the box. Both of y'all. Y'all going straight to the box. Now what happens is, in your dorm, people find out, oh shit, you know, Fred got into a fight in the yard. Now you have them little sneaky cornballs who know that you're about to get packed up. Like the police are about to come to your cubicle, right? And they're gonna pack all your stuff up in bags because you're in the box. You're no longer in this house now, so they take you out. So people know that, and they're like, you know, oh, such and such got in a fight in the yard, yo, and they'll go back to the house knowing that he ain't coming back, and they'll rummage through his shit. They'll rob him or something like that. That's why you always got to have like tight people in your house with you, because like if I'm going and I do something in the yard, boom, 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 I'm expecting my people when they go back to the house. Before the police come, I'm expecting my people to pack my shit up. I'm expecting my boys to get bags and pack everything up, so when the police come, all the police got to do is take my bags. And everything is in there. You know what I'm saying? That's the respect. That's what you have. Because, you know, I'm telling you, man, people are fucking grimy. People for like a pair of boots, pair of sneakers. I seen this one kid, his name was O-Dog, you know what I'm saying, from Menace. I was going to say OG, I know it was O-Dog. It was from Menace to Society. We was in Clinton, swearing everything I love. He was going home Monday, but he ain't tell nobody, okay? So he went on the visit Sunday, the day before he was going home. So he asked one of his, and he was gang too, and he asked one of his gang members, one of his homies, to borrow his Timberland boots. Swear to God. For the visit. So the dude, you know, send him the boots, and he was like, alright, you know, he came back for the visit, whatever. He's like, alright, send him to you tomorrow. Tomorrow morning he came, they packed him up, he left. This dude went home with the dude's boots. He went home. He was going in the streets. You know, and one of them dudes I talked to, he get money. He get money in the streets. Then you see that a lot too. Everybody was driving Bentleys. You know what I mean? But don't got $1 in commissary. And not getting no packages, not getting any letters and shit. You know what I mean? Lying. So yeah, dudes do grimy shit. Dude went home and he was going home. What you need to take this man's boots for? But that's what he did. Swearing everything online. I'm like, man, these dudes is crazy. These dudes is crazy. You know, in doing that thing yesterday, man, I caught a lot of flashbacks and a lot of different memories, man, from them type cells. You know, the cell was dirty, disgusting. Even the cells we filmed were nasty. But, like, it was just like a real jail cell. Bugs and shit. You know, I don't like bugs, man. I never told this story, but what happened was, one time, I was in this spot, and in the middle of the night, you know, I felt something in my ear, whatever, was doing like this, and sticking in, you know, but I was asleep, so I went back to sleep. When I woke up, though, I had it felt like a seashell. You ever put your ear in the seashell and you hear that? That's what my whole ear was like. I was like, the fuck? You know, went to the clinic. You know, they did all types of shit. Oh, nothing's wrong with you. Wanted to give me like, aspirin or something like that. You know what I mean? Because again, this is why I do these type stories, so people can understand, like, it's not a fucking game. So I kept complaining, man. Like, even my equilibrium started to be off. Like, something was going on. Like, something was happening. Like, I was feeling dizzy. And this went on for a couple weeks. This went on for like a week. Actually, it wasn't a couple weeks. Finally, I went down there again. Doctor, looked at dinner. He was like, oh, wait, hold on. They flushed my ear, and a roach came out my ear, man. Does that make me disgusting? No, it was where I fucking lived. A fucking roach came out my ear. Dead roach, obvious. Pieces of it. Flushed that shit. Fucking roach in my ear. And I was suffering for like a week with this shit. Because again, you're not going there and getting, MD service, urgent care service. You're getting a quack. This is the type of shit that go on in there, man. It's disgusting, but this is some of the flashbacks that I had yesterday. When I seen all these bugs and things around, I was like, oh shit, and I remembered, remember that bug in my ear? The boy had a roach in his ear for a week, and they couldn't find it. How do you not find a roach? I knew it was something. It was just in the middle of the night, you just go back to sleep. So maybe I killed it when I was doing all that. I don't know. But it brought so much flashbacks back to me, man. It brought so much, anxiety, man. It was just crazy, But again, I'm glad I did it. But the flashbacks were very real, man. The flashbacks were very, very, very real. And I do all this and I say all these stories so people can understand, especially these kids, that there's nothing sweet about the penitentiary. And I do this because, I see it all the time. In the news lately, all we seen is people getting hit with stray bullets. Excuse me. All we do lately is hearing, babies getting killed, 1-year-olds. You know what I mean? Because I just, drive-bys and things like that have been around forever. I get it. But when did that become cool to do drive-bys in a crowded park to hit 1 or 2 people? And you got innocent civilians and people. You see, that's the thing. When you in a certain life, you're supposed to stick to that life and stick to the people who are in that life. You know what I'm saying? Certain civilians and things like that are off, you know what I mean? Are off limits. So when did it become cool to shoot into a playground and you're not even built like that? That's the thing. People don't even realize when they shoot a gun. Number one, how powerful it is. And number two, where's your bullet going? Because bullets don't have eyes, people. So when you're pulling up in park trying to hit somebody from 100 yards away, you're not gonna do it. You ain't a professional like that. I've shot guns before. I know. I've shot guns, whatever, and I shot guns in structured environments. You know what I mean? Like with a target 10, 15 feet away, yards away. And it's hard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hit the target every time. I'm just saying. But when you're putting guns in 14, 15, 16, they never shot them. I don't know. They don't know what it is, man. They watch too many movies. I just want to know, when did it become cool to shoot innocent people? I just want to know. Now, I ain't saying drive-bys ain't happen in my era. I'm not saying that. But, I'm going to tell you this. A lot of times in my era, if a dude wanted a dude, they went up to him and did that. You know what I'm saying? And they got whoever. Now, I'm not condoning any of that. I don't condone any of that, because that's still the same thing. You're still going to jail forever. You're still going to jail forever. But this innocent kid stuff got to stop. It has to stop, man. These kids killing each other just got to stop. Like, it's not worth it. Life is too precious and life is too short to be spending inside of a cell. Life is too precious. You do not want to go against the grain. You do not want to be, locked in a cell 23, 24 hours a day. You do not want that. You become a different person. You become a different person. So many times, every time I go to the box, I'll be like, man, I'm going to chill this time. The next time I'm going to chill, I'm going to make sure I don't do it again. But you get caught up in that life, man. You get caught up in that prison life. And also, here's the reality. When you're doing a lot of time, I'm not saying you forget the streets. I'm not saying that. But you're living a different world. You can't really be worried about what's going on in the streets when you got to worry about what's going on around you. You got to worry about what's happening around you. You got to always be checking the temperature when you wake up. You know what I mean? So you become used to that life. And that's the life that, you end up living. Yes, I always worried about the street, how's my family, how's everything, but I would call them once, twice a week. Like, I had a different life. I was in prison. I had to do my time. Especially, and when you're in solitary, it's worse, because you maybe write a letter here and there, and you're just cut off from the world. A lot of people always ask me, about, Fred, how, that jail, that solitary time, man, how'd you get by it? I got by it. The human spirit is incredible. The human spirit is amazing. So you just got to keep going. A lot of people I know, I spoke about this before, a lot of people I know killed themselves, man. A lot of people I know hung up, dead ass killed themselves, or would take razors and just cut themselves. And people, lost their minds in the jail, especially in the solitary confinement part. Especially in there. You got nothing to do but read. You may discover a hidden talent. Maybe you know how to write. Something like that. You learn all that in solitary because you're by yourself and you just start finding things about you. I remember, Author Everlast. Remember, shout out to Author Everlast. He came on my show. He told you about that. He started writing books in there. Because you become into yourself. You're just by yourself and you have nothing else to worry about. You're in the cell by yourself 24 hours a day. What are you going to do? I used to read. Maybe doing little push-ups here and there. Upside down push-ups on the wall. Like handstands. You put your leg on the wall. Do that. Get the shoulders right. That's the stuff I used to do. I used to write little things for the kids, or poetry, or whatever you want to. I used to do all of that stuff, man. Back in the days. All of that. People always ask me, Fred, did you ever write raps? Or not really, nah. But I used to write things, little things. Let me recite one of them right now, real quick. Never thought I'd do this, but this was one that I wrote when I was in solitary confinement, thinking about the kids, thinking about what's going on in the streets. Let's see. See if I can remember. It's been a long time. I said, let's reflect the ways of the world. I can't find peace with a platinum Cuban link and an iced out timepiece. Peace, black, probe your mind for some feedback. A 99 New Jack, up north, got taxed, facts unknown. Slave mentality has grown. I can't condone leaving my seeds to strive alone to learn the truth. Too loose, we gotta save the youth. State boots and handcuffs, need some further proof. I keep it true, no reputation's worth homicide. Laid up in the casket, closed, sleeping while mama cries. Rabbi in the drive-by, cut her life short. Get caught by Jake, laying the belly up north. No wife to bid, just a kid, what a price to give. Laid up in the cells, no life to live. Corrupted seeds, pushing keys. The world's full of greed, dying breed. Lost souls left to die and bleed in the streets, where cats is holding bigger heat. Murdered by contract just for a bigger G. Learn your history. Past wounds became a mystery. Genocide's an actual fact. You better listen, G. A day at a time. Education fuels the mind. You're America's greatest resource, son. You shine. You don't see it that way. Project Ways got you stuck. Living life as a young thug. You're pressing your luck. Hold up, son. Open up your eyes before it's too late. Don't go against the green, though. The green is too great. Boom! You know what I mean? That was one of them. I used to write little poetries and things like that. I used to, I used to go through my times and things. I used to also go through my times of like, I told you guys, the why me thing. Like, why am I in here? Why me instead of the why not me, which came later. You know what I'm saying? And I always used to, I'm not a religious person in any type of way. And I used to reject it hard. And I never understood, like, I was one of those people, like, I never understood, how certain situations happen or why God let certain things happen, right? You know what I mean? So I wrote this next one. Boom, you're going to get two. You're going to get a double bonus in this one, right? So this is like it was like a letter to Lord, right? It was like I was feeling pity at the time, you know what I mean? So this one goes, I might mess up. I haven't done this in a long time. So it said, I rode hard on my enemies. Now I'm headed upstate. In the belly with it all, how'd I fall from grace? I lost faith with the Lord when I caught this case. It's too late to repent. Indeed, I know my fate. Heaven's gate don't await me. I'm destined to burn. In the event of my demise, I'm gonna still stand firm. I lost touch with reality. My focus is gone. You made me bitter early, Lord, and now you want me to mourn and change my ways and actions to your satisfaction. No more pistol packing, but why, Lord? I'm asking. Did you stick me in the storm, or was it a test? To be tempted like Jesus in the face of death. I'm keeping tabs on my baby brother. No, he ain't next. Am I not my brother's keeper till you put me to rest? Are you really a God of love as you seem to profess? Cause of certain things in history I can't digest. Like slayings of the firstborn, thoughts transgress. When against Egyptian pharaohs they were put to the test. When against your authority your point got stressed. I guess innocent children eventually posed a threat. Now if that's showing love as your actions suggest, then I'm happy where I'm at and I refuse to be blessed. That was my like thing to the Lord, like, man, you want some other shit, you know what I mean? Not really understanding that, this was all part of the plan. This is all part of the destiny. This is all part of, why I do what I do. You know what I mean? A lot of things change me. Certain things change me. Certain phrases change me. Certain books, like The Prophet, like certain things made me realize, like, damn, what am I doing? There's a saying, let me see if I can get it right. It says, there's no passion to be found in playing small and settling for a life that you're less than capable of living. Ooh, rewind that. Rewind that. You see what I'm saying? There's no passion to be found in playing small and settling for a life that you're less than capable of living. Nelson Mandela said that. So here I am, giving you all these jewels. Why? Because I would be living a life that's less than what I'm capable of. I'm capable of bringing a certain message to the masses. I'm capable of speaking of my experiences so people can understand it. So, you know, when I wrote that Dear Lord, you know, that was like my, man, get out of here stuff. But I changed all that. Now, again, I'm not religious and none of that. I believe in a higher power. But I also know that this was my destiny. This was my plan. This was all planned for me. So hopefully, I could save somebody else. And that's what I'm here to do. You guys already know, oh man, I went up to 30 minutes. I'm sorry. You guys know, I just get on here and I just start talking. You know, I love everybody, man. Thank you for all my subscribers. Thank you for everybody, you know, for rolling with me. And you know, and believing in me, man. You know what I mean? Even from my porch. I salute everybody, man. And you guys know my motto, man. You guys know the motto. Experience is the greatest teacher. But somebody else's experience can be just as valuable if you pay attention and listen. And on that note, Fred Wyatt, signing off.